still early in the season, but is there extreme cause for concern, or just working to kind of get better with the players that are now finally coming back to play together?
Nah, I don't extreme cause for concern. I wouldn't characterize it that way. I just think it's opportunity. Um, Life does not go in a straight line. And for those that think it does, they find out quickly that it doesn't. Um, I think considering everything that, we're balancing as well as probably a few other teams, 10 games into the season to be around 500, we wouldn't be against that. The way it happened, maybe so. That's more the issue because we've lost 4 games in a row than being around 500 considering the injuries, the lineups, the different things that we've tried to put together. But with all that being said, it's an opportunity. It's given us, this past 10 days has given us the information that we need to know that we have to do more. We have to be better. We have to work harder. We got to put in more time. We got to practice harder. We have to be more locked in on details. There's no other way around it. Sometimes success makes you think that you figured it out, and maybe that's what happened with us. We won a few games. We thought we had it figured out. We clearly don't. So we just tried to get back to work today. And if we weren't capable, then yeah, extreme cause for concern. But we're a capable group, and as long as we remain committed and continue to recommit ourselves to the work part of it, we'll figure it out.
Coach, you gave me the analogy before Candace's first game back of being able to work in an actor into the script.
Yeah, it's not easy.
How's that going?
It's going. In particular, a lead actor. Everybody's accustomed to working with her a certain way. She's accustomed to working with people a certain way. We have a new coaching staff, a new approach, a new way of doing things. She and Elena had really 0 real practices, some practices, but this was our first practice where there were no limitations, gloves off, everybody just go and compete, and we don't have to worry about anything. And a lot of the things defensively that have been causing us problems, the two of them are in the crux of that and correcting those things that we have to correct in the game. And then offensively the same way, just learning how to play essentially without Candace when she wasn't out there is the same way we need to continue to play. But that's hard to do when Candace Parker is standing out there on the court. So, we have to work through all of these things, and it's happening in front of everybody, and that's not always pleasant. But we have to disconnect ourselves from that. We can't worry about what it looks like. We can't be embarrassed to go out there and look awkward, to look uncomfortable. That's part of growth, and we just have to keep working.
Even though you've been on like a slight losing streak, I personally thought the Phoenix game was much better, at least throughout 3 quarters. What do you think needs to change to be able to put in that effort and put in that consistency for a full 4 quarters?
Yeah, as a coach, practice is always, the top of the list answer because without repetition and practice at the things you face in the game, you just kind of tend to slip. It's like if you're an athlete or a weightlifter, you get accustomed to benching 200 pounds, and then you take 10 days off, and then you try to pick up that 200 pounds again, it's not going to feel the same. And when we go 10 days with 5 games and travel and really no high-intensity game-like practices, then the slippage we had is what we saw. And, we have to correct it right away. Phoenix was a little bit better, but there's still little 2-minute, 3-minute stretches where defensively we're making some decisions that we don't have to make. And then when we do make those decisions, teammates have to have each other's back. We have to improve in that area. And then offensively, it's, our team is still working through a level of discomfort with freedom of playing basketball and not having an exact spot or an exact script for we're going to run this play, so I go to this spot and then I stand right there, and then they throw it to me, and then I go set the screen, and basketball doesn't work that way. So a lot of our players are still learning how to trust that, way of playing. And again, that's awkward and it's uncomfortable, and you revert to your old habits a lot of times when things don't go well. So we just have to keep fighting and keep pushing, man. This is a journey. And it's not just about one game, 1 week, 1 month, even one season for the most part, in terms of being great.
How important is that intuitive basketball that you're talking about for what you're trying to do?
Well, in my opinion,
Does any of this work without that?
In my opinion, I don't believe so. You know, you've seen it on the men's side in terms of the evolution of not just positionless basketball, but a little bit less rudimentary, fundamental actions, and players just playing off of each other, utilizing each other's strengths to create advantages. By the time you get to the postseason, even in the W, we played against Vegas 4 times. We played against everybody else 3 times. Played against Phoenix in the preseason, Seattle in the preseason. You play those teams in the playoffs, they know what you're going to do before you do as far as running a set play. So if you don't have the ability to just play basketball out of recognition for what the defense is giving you, to take advantage of a matchup without having to call a play to take advantage of the matchup, then you're going to lose. And so we have to trust that we can do that, and that's hard to do when you've never done it before. And we just have to keep pushing through it all.
So now Candace played the 3 in her first game back against Washington. It seems like you've moved her more just playing alongside one big the last 2 games. Is that just, I don't know, what the rotations have dictated, or is it something you're looking to do more of going forward?
Yeah, right now with Maria gone, it kind of works out. The first night, I didn't really feel like Shanae and Nneka needed to be split up because we had been playing well with those 2 out there. And Candace is capable of playing any position, honestly. It doesn't really change a lot about what we do. It's just an uncomfortable place for her to live based on the position she's played, over the last several years. What we ask defensively, how we play offensively doesn't really change based on position. But after, just after playing against Washington, in particular without the practices, we thought having Shanae's energy and activity coming off the bench would be helpful. It would help to get Candace back into a comfortable spot. And then even for our perimeter players, knowing that Elena was coming back on Friday, wanted to go ahead and start her to kind of see where she is and start to figure out where she's going to fit into our rotation, et cetera.
Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.